Hello, friend. My name is Devendra Das, and I have around 14 plus years of experience into data science field. I want to take you through this session to make you understand who can become as a data scientist, and definitely what are the skill set is required to become as a data scientist. Right. So, guys, I want to give a background, saying that nowadays you will see lots of training institutes through advertisement through your social medias. They are claiming that you should get a certificate to become a data scientist. Trust me, there is no such certificate required for becoming as a data scientist. It is a training, is the skills which is going to make you understand about data science role, and you can apply with that skills to become as a data scientist. Okay, so now I will take you through. These are the contents for today's session where I'll make you understand how to become as a data scientist from the takeouts, which is going to tell about data science by an example. You will understand how to become data scientist, what are the skill set is required, who can. So you might be having some questions. I am a job holder, I'm having some experience, I'm a fresher, or my education background is this, I'm a technical, I'm a non-technical guy. Can I become as a data scientist? Guys, data science is such a profile where there is no such technical non-technical background is required. It is required to have a very logical thinking, problem solving ability, along with a minimum graduate degree can become as a data scientist. Okay, so let me start with, then I will talk about the job opportunities. I will talk about data science training module, which can make you a data scientist just in 3 months. Trust me, guys, just in 3 months, you can make your career change toward data science. Now, we'll talk about some of the successful students who have done this, who are successful today's date. You can also see them, you can also search them in LinkedIn profile, try to reach out, get more understanding about how they become a data scientist. Okay. So, guys, this is what I'm trying to tell you about with the prospect of DV Analytics. It's a training, data science training and consulting firm in Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. So, I'm trying to make you understand here. These are the points, guys, where you feel like comfortable towards data scientist. Guys, we'll start with an example of a data scientist, the role of a data science if you want to carry into the telecom industry nowadays. So, guys, I'll start with an example. If you are holding a mobile phone, let's say the mobile phone, you got a SIM inside it. That SIM is called as an operator. It could be Geo, it could be BSNL, it could be a Vodafone, it could be Airtel, right? So, if you're using a mobile phone, every telecom company they want to get revenue out of your usage. That usage divided into both voice usage and both data usage. So how voice usage is going to be measured by, guys? It is measured by your minutes. How your data usage is going to be measured by? It is going to be by GBs. So example, if you are using a mobile phone, you are making 10 calls in a day. On an average 5 minutes per call, you are making 50 minutes call in a day. Multiplied by 30 days, it becomes one. If you go for multiplied by 30 days, becoming as 1,500 minutes of usage. That is called 1500 MOU. Now we need to understand out of the 1500 MOU, how many minutes you have made on local call, STD call, and ISD call, so that you can understand where this customer is making more. Is it a local calls, it is a STD call, or it is a ISD call customer, right? Now you need to understand the data usage which is coming in GBs. Nowadays you're getting 1.5 GB, 2 GB, 1 GB data per day is free. So they want to see that where your data usage is going through. Is it going through what apps are consuming more data? Is it WhatsApp? Is it going through a Netflix, Amazon Prime, or you're using Hotstar, or you are using any other app, or let's say you are using more Google, or you are using more YouTube? Which app is actually consuming more data for you guys, right? So being a data scientist in telecom, we have to have understanding about my customer. We have to have an understanding on the uses of the customer. We have to have an understanding how to understand the behavior of the customer. Based on that, how to make a strategy to return back, to increase their behavior, get the more profitability in terms of the usage point and revenue earning. That is how the role of a data scientist is going to be. Now let's take an example here. I have taken four customers here: Arvaz, Prachi, Lisa, and Aman. These are the four different customers, those who have taken the Geo connections, right? So Geo is trying to understand this customer behavior for last 12 months. What they see here, Arvas, the data usage and voice usage is going up. Both for last 12 months is going up. It looks like Arvas is more profitable customer to Geo, and he's a very satisfied customer. For last 12 months, looking at the behavior, I can identify that. Guys, it's very important to understand the customer satisfaction as well. Now the next part is Lisa, where I can see the data usage is going down, the voice usage is going down. It's a different behavior, right? But there is a matter of vary here. What you can see, we could have understood the behavior for Lisa in the month of 2019-06, and we could have given some best promotional campaign offer where she could have got on combo offer where both data and voice is coming as a in the same package, so that's her behavior for the data and voice should have consistent towards upward, but it is going in a opposite direction. Voice is going up, data is going down. Now if you talk about here, we are holding her behavior at the when we reach to 2019 to almost like after 6 months we are trying to hold her back, right? So this is where we see we may lose Lisa if Lisa is going to get a better offer from any other competitor. So that is how a strategy has to be in place so that we could retain back Lisa by giving some good kind of combo pack where she can get both data and voice together free with very good plans. Same thing here for Prachi. You can see the behavior of Prachi is going down both for voice and data for last 12 months. It looks like in 2020 we may lose Prachi kind of customer. Right, guys? We could have holded her in 2019-07, but we are too late. We are at 2019-12, where we see there is a possibility that we are going to lose Prachi. Same way, if you look at the Aman kind of customer, it's just opposite to Lisa, where the data usage is going up, voice is going down. So we could have holded Aman in the month of 2019-06, but we are 2019-12, where we realize there is a high probability that customer may leave my services if the customer can get better combo offer from my competitors. So look at here. If we want to go for becoming as a data scientist, we have to look at the past behavior pattern of the customer. We have to predict what will happen to the future. Based on that future, we need to take an action. If you look at the future actions for Arvaz, it looks like the behavior of the Arvaz is going to be up. So I'm little I just feel like Arvaz kind of customer should not leave to my services. Same thing if I look at Prachi, what I see here, Prachi's behavior for data and voice both are going down. It seems like in 2020, January, February, March, which is my predicted period, it shows I may lose Prachi kind of customer, right, guys? Now, next is here, when you talk about Lisa, it shows that the voice will go up, but the data will go down. Hence, what is going to be more problematic situation for us, can we give a good combo offer where we could return back Lisa kind of customer? Same thing for Aman also, right, guys? So this is how, being a data scientist, we need to understand the past behavior of the customer. Looking at the pattern of the behavior, we need to predict what will be the future outcomes. Based on that, we should create an action so that we could return back, we could engage customer, we could increase the behavior of the customer, increase the revenue impact by the end of this. This is eventually we are looking at how to go for increasing the revenue impact from the customer usage and retention. So in telecom, what we do first here, being a data scientist, you think about looking at the data, try to segment your customer. When you go for segmenting customer, let's segment the customer both voice and data together. We call high data, we call high voice. We go for low data and we call for low voice. And we try to make them into four different grids. First grid says high data and high voice, where Arvaz kind of customer falls in. Then there is something called high data, low voice, where Aman kind of customer falls in. Where we have a high voice and low data, where Lisa kind of customer falls in. And where you say low data, low voice, we can say Prachi kind of customers are falling. Now, if we want to give a different name to this segment, we call bona fide customer to Arvaz, we call power data customer to Aman, we call power voice customer to Lisa, we call miser as to the Prachi. Now, what happens, guys? Your objective would be, being a data scientist, how to convert my power data customer to bona fide, power voice customer to a bona fide, how to convert miser customer either way to power data to power voice, or slowly how to convert them towards bona fide. This is what the target for a data scientist, looking at the customer usage behavior, try to do different way to engage the customer, doing different kind of strategy building or programs which will convert those customer towards bona fide. Now, when it comes to the data scientist, the data scientist starts working on the strategy, looking at the data, the strategy to acquire new customer from the market. Second, strategy for how to retain my customers. They should not leave me. Third, how to go for looking at the customer usage behavior over the time, how to go for doing different engagement program, trust building, customer satisfactions. Ultimately, the fourth one is going for retaining customer, increasing their usage, and revenue impact by growth. That we have to have a role of a data scientist in telecom. Now, I just want to give an example, guys. Here, you might have seen that there are lots of offer is going to. Sometimes you get an SMS and your friend is not getting those SMS. You get a very good promotional campaign SMS. You have been promoted for that, but your friends or family member, they're not getting that. Why it is happening? Because somebody has analyzed their behavior. They have targeted you specifically, they are targeted in a special offer a promotion so that they can engage you into that particular bucket, so or segment. So now take an example. We have a plan of 2121 where you have got 336 gigs validity, almost a year, 504 GB data, unlimited voice over local STD, as well as roaming and roaming incoming, outgoing, as well as ISD calls are free over here. So ISD calls might be chargeable. So I'm talking about like unlimited local and STD calls are free here. Now, apart from this, they're also giving a benefit to this customer. If you're taking this 1 year plan, you get Netflix and Amazon Prime 1 year subscription as free. So that, so now tell me why they have given this particular plan. To whom they're targeting? They're targeting bona fide customer. Why they're targeting bona fide customer Arvaz? Because Arvaz, if you're getting Netflix, Amazon Prime, they will definitely stay back to you for 1 year. And also they're getting a benefit of having 2121 recharge where they get completely 12 months program, 12 months completely a plan which is having 504 GB data and unlimited local STD calls. Prachi kind of customer, you can target for 51 rupees recharge or 21 rupees. It's a mini booster plan where you can give 2 GB data along with 200 minutes or 6 GB data along with 500 minutes calls. Slowly try to convert this customer addicted towards voice usage and data usage, convert them towards power voice, power data, or later on you can convert them towards bona fide. If it is a power wise customer, let's target them for 149 rupee recharge, saying that 24 days validity with 24 GB and unlimited local STD calls. So you target this customer to use more on data point. Slowly they will convert towards either way. So they will, the target will be from the voice, power voice to the bona fide. Or you can target them by this 199 plan with 42 GB data along with unlimited local STD calls. Same thing you target for Aman kind of customer where you're giving 555 plans, which is 84 days validity with 126 GB data along with Amazon Prime is free, or the unlimited STD calls are free. So if you are giving this kind of promotional campaign offers, you are going to hold back this customer and increase their behavior towards your promotional campaigns, right guys? This is the role of a data scientist going to be. Now imagine the data which is in telecom. India is a population of 130 crore and they have 90 crore is the telecom. So we call telecom mobile user is 90 crore, which is tele density call as 70% of Indian population going for mobile usage. Imagine 90 crore customers, they're making 5 calls in a day. They make 450 crores. Multiplied by 30, multiplied 12 months, it will become as 1,62,000 crores of data. The data is huge. It never comes in terabytes, it never comes in zettabytes, it comes in huge in form. Now the question comes like how to go for managing this data. So you need to understand about big data system, you need to understand about Oracle database or any database server who can manage that many large database, right? So now, when you talk about telecom data, how does it look like? Just a glimpse of the data here. It is given as a mobile number, the plan, the circle K means Karnataka. What is the recharge amount? How many days left? And what is the total MOU has been used? That minutes of usage. Over that minutes of usage, how they have been converted towards local MOU, STD MOU, and ISD MOU. This is called leg-wise breakup. Same thing for data. 43 GB has been consumed. What is the leg-wise breakup? How much data has been consumed by WhatsApp, Facebook, Netflix, using Amazon Prime, Hotstar, or any other applications? How the data consumption has happened. So this is what the data comes normally to a telecom data scientist. They do this data, they go for first data management. The role of a data scientist comes over here, guys. The first thing is that they go for managing data to understand what is happening to a business. Second, they do understand what is happening, then why it is happening, the root cause analysis using more insightful presentation using visualization skills. Third one, once you understand the behavior pattern or root cause analysis, you need to predict the future outcomes and you go for prescribing those or prescriptive analytics, which will help that business recommend saying what should we do now. Then the fourth one is going for how to go for automate this process. As I said, Aman or Lisa kind of custom, we could have hold it back in 2019 OC, but we waited till 2019 12. Almost 6 months later, we see there is a drastic change in their behavior, and there is a probability they may lose your service because of the good offer from the competitor. We could have holded them in 2019 06. How to create those kind of actions through automation using machine learning and AI approach. This is what the role is required for a data scientist in telecom. I give you another example for Reliance Retail, guys, to you here. In Reliance Retail, imagine they have Reliance Fresh and they have Reliance Smart. In Reliance Fresh, let's say how many customers are visiting in a particular day. In a store, might be 1,000 customers. They buy 10 products, they become 10,000 records. Multiplied by 30 days, it becomes 3 lakhs records. right guys? Now 3 lakhs records in one store multiplied by 12 months is going to be uh, 36 lakhs of records in one store. Imagine Reliance is having 4,000 stores across 750 cities. Now, if you multiply that 4,000 into 2,000 customer, 10 products, 30 days into 12, it becomes as 1,460 crores of data. What data is all about? Who are my customer? How often they're visiting to me? Which day they visited? What product they purchased? What is the price of the product they paid for? Was that a discount which brought them to my store? And how often they're visiting? Per visit, how much they're spending? In a month, how much they're spending? Which product is getting demanded? What product inventory control I should maintain by each branch, each store wise performance looking at? I need to develop that. So these are the strategy building which has to come across when you look at these 1,440 transactional data from the customer itself. They need data scientists who can work on this, who can analyze, who can get inference, who can suggest business what should be done for them, right guys? So the role of a data scientist in retail industry, it starts from customer acquisition strategy, it goes to customer experience engagement program, trust building, it goes for customer segmentation, identifying customer, bucketing them in a different group so that we can target them separately. It all about like once you bucket them, you try to create some kind of special offer promotional campaigns to return back your customer. You go for supply chain management analysis, or where you need to work on the cost optimization process, looking at the product supplies to the end user submission, how much time it occupies, what price cost is involved, how can I reduce that, that is under your supply chain. Then ultimately you'll go for developing a revenue enhancement strategy in terms of retaining customer, engaging customer, increasing the behavior of the customer, overall the impact towards giving our profitability towards revenue enhancement, right guys? So this is the role of a retail data scientist. I give one more example guys. In bank we have a product called loan product. Loan is going to be both secured and unsecured. When it's a secured means there is a security against the loan. Unsecured means which comes based on your, there is unsecured loan, but it is, there is no security against it. It is based on your credibility, your income, that the bank has decided to consider you to eligible for getting a loan. So when we give a loan, there is a team who works on that. There is a data scientist team who works on credit risk model building. They identify who are the good customer, who are the bad customer, who are the good to be approved, cancel, who to be approved and book the loans. Now, once the account is getting originated, there is a team who works on identifying the account performance over who are the good customer, who are the bad customer. Those who are the good customer, how to go for a marketing campaign in terms of retaining those customers by giving top-up offers, by asking them to take other portfolio. Let's say if you are a personal loan customer, if you are a good customer, they'll ask you for home loan, they'll ask you some insurance plan, they will ask you for investment plans, they might ask you for taking a credit card. If you are a good customer, this is called marketing strategy. Sometimes you get a mail saying that pre-approved loan within 24 hours, 48 hours, your loan can be approved. You are eligible for this much loan. There is a cashback offer on your credit card. There is a cashback offer on your debit card. Who does this thing? This is the data scientist who identify your behavior, looking at the transactional data. They are trying to target you for different promotional campaigns. There's a fraud analytics team, those who are going to identify the suspicious transaction to help you to understand, to avoid your fraud within the bank itself, right? Sometimes your card has been swiped for 30, 40,000. You get immediate call saying that, is that you who has used this card for 40,000 transaction? Just to confirm. How does this trigger happens to the executive where you are getting this call, or there is some eyewear call is saying that there is a transaction happens to you. This is all fraud analytics in place, which has been done by data scientists, right guys? So guys, to become as a data scientist, these are the skill set which is very, very important. Let me explain you. First, you need to understand about structure and unstructured form of the data. When it's a structured, it's in a tabular form, which is 20% of your entire data, 80% of data which is going to unstructured, which comes from your social media, through a voice call, through a feedback, through a online communities who are providing this data, etc., etc., etc. So you need to combine this data. So when you combine this data, it comes in zettabytes, terabytes, or hexabytes of data. The data size is very huge, where you need to think about how to go for making a distributed filing system or data framework to use this large data. Then the next part, once you have a data, how to go for analyze that to get insights out of the data. Now how to go for presenting that insight with more root cause analysis to help business to understand what is happening and why it is happening. Then you develop the model where you talk about how to go for predictions, how to go for creating an actions using machine learning, deep learning, and AI, artificial intelligence kind of action, where system can think and take an action by its own. You have to write those algorithm in a machine learning or predictive modeling. That is where you will learn about the next part of it, which if you talk about 80% job related to data, 20% job related to your inference, which is called as your statistics, mathematics, a little bit algebra is really required to get that knowledge. So your journey begins as a data scientist from database management reporting skill to the reporting and visualization skill, then finally the data mining skills. Right, guys? So if you want to really grow to become as a data scientist within 3 months' time, the journey begins like this. It starts here with the first thing is that you have to have a very strong database management skill where you need to know how to manage data, how to create a summary analysis to help business what is happening. Second, you need to have a very good descriptive and diagnostic analytic skill where you can understand the root cause saying that why it is happening and has to be presented to the business saying why it is happening and what are the cause behind this. Understand the patterns of that. Third one, once you understand the pattern, you will go for predicting based on this pattern what will happen in the future. You will help business or recommend business what should we do in terms of looking at this pattern's behavior of the customer. Third one, once you identify those actions, then how to go for converting those actions using an automation process or optimized techniques using machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. Guys, to do this entire journey, what skill set is required for database management reporting skill? You need to be very strong at big data, how to manage Spark, Scala, data framework. You need to be very good at programming skills like Python, R, SQL. You need to go and work into Excel, Access as a RDBMS tool. Excel is definitely the father of analytics. If you are strong in Excel, you learn any other tool very faster. Then definitely the programming language. So SAS. So you have a three statistical programming language which you must learn in the beginning of it, which is Python, R, SAS. Any two combination is really good. Going for reporting and visualization, guys, you can go for understanding the data. You need to go for creating a storytelling or more visualize data insights using Tableau, Power BI, ClickView, and ClickSense. Why I'm putting these four tools only here? These are the more demanding tools for data visualization, right? Now, if you go for data mining, you should learn about statistics, probability, linear algebra in terms of developing the machine learning algorithm and developing a deep learning and artificial intelligence kind of techniques over using SAS, R, Python, Keras, and TensorFlow kind of skill set. Guys, if you combine of all these skill set, you become as a data scientist, right? So who can become as a data scientist? Guys? Any graduate, both technical, non-technical guys, they can be a part of data scientist. Now the question comes, do I really need to do every tools? No, at least a combination of the tool, call this as a package. If you do that, you can definitely back the job. But soon after you back the job, try to explore yourself as much as you can. Learn as much as you can. This particular profile, there is no retirement age. You can earn money till the time you feel like you can work like a consultant. Mostly people working in data science, having 10 or 15 years of experience, they always think like working like a freelancer or working towards a kind of consulting skills. So the more you learn, the more you play with data, definitely you become as a consultant in going forward. And salary is just a matter. You can earn money in crores. Pathways. Now it is coming in the first one, learn about database management reporting skill, use some statistical programming language like SAS or Python along with SQL is a definite programming language, you must learn about it. Data visualization skill learn in second, which is mostly about how to design data model, KPI metrics, how to present more storytelling dashboard using Tableau, Power BI, ClickView and ClickSense kind of profile. Then third, you learn about data mining, learn about statistics, probability, linear algebra, understand business applications for the prediction, future outcomes, how to go for automating that writing machine learning algorithm using Python, Keras, TensorFlow, SAS, and R. And the last one, you must learn about how to go for creating your doing a project hands-on, doing resume preparation, mock interviews in industry experts, and get a job application for referral support. So this is where we stand as DB Analytics. We provide training in all these areas. We work on your hands-on projects. We do lots of assignments. We do lots of projects. And we work on your resume preparation. We take your mock interviews by industry experts. When we identify you are an expert candidate, we refer to the company. Getting a job in data science, if you have a dedication and hardworking, definitely you're going to back the job. Right, guys? Next one. If you talk about data scientist average salary in India, the average salary says as a fresher is 5.9 lakhs. If you talk about 1 to 4 years, it is 6 lakhs or 6.1 lakhs. If you talk about 5 to 9 years, which comes 1 lakhs as your average salary. When I say average, guys, it is just an average. Imagine you can also go to the max of the salary. And imagine how much max salary can happen. You can always consider number of years of experience multiplied by 3. If you say the average salary 5 to 9 years is coming as 1 million, there are people those who are getting around 2.27 lakhs, which is 2.7 million as well. So that is how you need to prepare strong. You showcase your extreme knowledge toward data science. Companies will never behind with giving a very good package. They're always there to stand with good candidates with good package. They have a very good bandwidth for that. Second one, if you come to 10 to 19 years of experience, definitely salary is going to more than 20 lakhs. So that is what the average salary is saying there, right? If you talk about city-wise salary, definitely Bangalore is the only place where you get around 1 million salary as an average salary for a data scientist, followed by your Mumbai, Chennai, and Hyderabad, Pune, Kolkata kind of location. You can see over here, guys. To become as a data scientist, journey starts with DB Analytics. You need to have 3 phases of the training. First is database management reporting skill set, data visualization skill set, data mining skill set, which is starting with your predictive modeling, machine learning, deep learning, and artificial intelligence. What DB Analytics can provide you, get real-time training experience from the industry experts, session-wise assignments and mentorship program. Post-class, you get video. There is no such pre-recording. It's a live recording classes, live videos. You can have both classroom and online classes depending on that where exactly you are going to afford in. Now coming back to here, one-on-one project association to you guys, help support for one-on-one project along with get hands-on on 5 industry projects to you guys. And resume preparation will help you for preparing your resume for data science. We'll take your mock interview, will identify whether you are expert. If you are falling into expert category, we'll give you a guarantee for 100% job to you. The tools which we will be covering up here, it starts from your Excel, SQL, Python, SAS, R, Hadoop, Scala, Tableau, Power BI, ClickSense, TensorFlow, and your Keras. So guys, you may not have to do all these tools. You can go for selecting tools. We will let you know what tool is going to best fit for you to complete within 3 months time to back the job. There is a program called 3 month 3 steps. You learn about database management reporting, data visualization, data mining skills. Using these are, if you go for database management reporting, it is compulsory to have your Excel knowledge along with SQL programming. Then you can go for SAS, Python, and Hadoop ecosystem. Then you learn about data visualization using Tableau and Power BI. You learn about data mining skills using Excel definitely, then followed by SAS, Python, Keras, and TensorFlow. This is how your 3 months journey can make you more strong to become a data scientist. Guys, if you want to have any further queries, you can always call me on 95917 The call time should be after 7 p.m. or morning before 10 a.m. You should call me. Then also you have my another number which is 74835 96228. If you want to have more information, write a mail at info@dvanalyticsmds.com. If you want to get more information through our website, go to www.dvanalyticsmds.com. Right, guys? Now the next part which I'll talk about here, who are the success students? There are a couple of students who came to us long time back. They started the journey with us for training, and today they are sitting at these companies, right? So you can see over here, she is a BE guy, she's a BE, and she is currently in City. This guy is a B Tech, is into Vartusa, and this girl is from MTech background. She is into Dell. We have a student across India. You can see over here, people from Punjab, people from Kerala. They have also enrolled us. They are successful. And what I'm trying to tell you guys, each of their background, if you see, they are from BSc, they're from technical, non-technical background. They also acquired this job over here, right, guys? It's just a matter of learning and growing together. Okay. This is the snapshot about our institute across Bangalore and Bhubaneswar. We do have 2 branches, one in Bangalore, one in Bhubaneswar. We prefer to have a classroom training, but due to this kind of situation, sometimes we do a classroom or online training. But both the training experience is live, so you get a same experience. Objective is to attend the class, do the assignments. You have a classroom videos post class. You can always carry forward to continue and get success towards. Guys, this is what the journey you should think of and start learning data science, become as a data scientist. You can do it. It's just a matter of time. Within a couple of months time, you can become a data scientist. You can bag a very good job. Thank you so much.